healing. Okay, so this is Healing Floor 6. We even produced a song of healing floors. Should catch it on our YouTube channel. And tonight I want to touch on the faith communications. Okay, I want to teach you how these things are being done. There is a playlist on YouTube. You can go there and catch everything right there. Okay, give me Matthew 7:8. Let it be there. Nowadays they told me we got versions, so you can give it to me in NKJV. Okay. Now I want to start by telling you that most of the promises that God gives in the Bible, okay, they are personal. They are what? So it is important if you're going to get results. If you've been, let's say you follow our WhatsApp and all of that, you notice there is not 2 days or 3 days where there is no testimony. Okay? We share testimonies. I think we should start to get those testimonies out there and we broadcast them. Some of them are really amazing, you know. But I want you to know that faith is what? Personal. Okay? You can't relegate faith to your man of God. Even you, if you're the one doing the healing, okay, you can't depend on the faith of the one you're going to do healing on. Okay? You have to have your own faith that whether this person believes or doesn't believe, I'm going to get them healed. Okay? But even you need to have your own faith that whether the man of God prophesies to me or prays for me, okay, I'm going to get my healing. Okay? So you have to understand that. And this is the thing. The scripture says, for everyone who asks, not for every pastor, but for everyone who asks, receives. And he who seeks, finds. Okay? And to him who knocks, it will be what? Opened. So, I've found a fallacy in particular people who sometimes demean their faith when their goal is to go to every pastor to pray for them. Okay? I prophesy, I do it well. I do healing of the sick, I do it well. Okay? You have seen those miracles. We've changed water to wine. You've seen all kinds of things. Okay? But the thing that should really, really, really draw you to this ministry is the love of the message of the ministry. Is the love of the word. Okay? That I teach. That is very what? Important. Okay? Then these other things should be what? Additions. Are we together? Now, all throughout the Bible, I'm going to show you that that actually God has already shown that actually we all have equal rights. Okay? When it comes to what? To getting anything. If you had that someone else got a testimony and you understand the conditions through which they got that testimony, you understand what they understood, okay, in the scripture to get that testimony, okay, and you apply all those things. The scripture says God is no respect of what? Of persons. That thing shall work for you. Are you together? There are times, and as we go on, you will start to appreciate this. Give me John 6:37. There are things I realized early in my life. Okay? And one day, this is what I'm telling you, that faith has to be personal. Because my mother loves me very much. Okay? I'm the only son she has. She didn't give birth to many children. She gave birth to a daughter and a boy. Okay? My sister, who is older than me by 10 years, and me. So imagine the love there. So the love is too much that whenever pastors wanted to eat her food or, you know, steal from her, they could get a dream or a prophecy that involves me. Okay? So one day, I'm busy fasting. I spend the whole night seeing angels. Okay? I get to her home, and there is this man of God. And the man of God is enjoying her food. Say, I saw. Nga mwine chisambwe chinene chibasibye. No, that whole week I've been seeing what? Angels. Okay? So I look at this man. But I know I need to help my mother. Because for her, she's so humble. She's from a Catholic background. Catholics are very humble. Whenever you tell them anything, they just say, yes, Father. Yes, Father. So something like that. So she brought Catholicism to what? To Christianity. Okay? So I asked this man, okay, you saw what? Okay, yes. How many children did you see? So by that time, I think she had told him that there is me, there is a daughter who is not home. Okay? So Kuris was with me. Yeah? So the man said, I saw 3. First come outside here. Say, the man can't even be accurate in a dream. He saw 3 children. You understand what I'm saying? Huh? And he had seen all those sorts of things. Huh? So I understood this. I had to build this early. Otherwise, you can be tossed to and fro. God is telling you, chino chigenda kola. Another person comes and tells you, techigenda kola. Techigenda kola. You understand what I'm saying? You have to build personal faith. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is extremely important. Otherwise, you won't be a stable what? Christian. Mom, after all, she agreed with me, said, every time I'm cooking lunchtime, he has a dream. He comes, till I think she got some boldness to what? To whatever. Now, I want you to forgive my language. Me, I'm very raw when I'm sharing with you, okay? I share stories from my personal life because I want these things to sit in you, okay? I don't want to sound like I'm just sharing a good sermon. I want to help you, okay? In this life, you have to protect your stability, okay? In God, there are things that you'll get to know that another might not fully understand, okay? I've shared with you the story of Sean Bowles. Sean Bowles kept on having this recurring dream of God sending him to California, okay? And many prophets were prophesying the doom of California. Something bad is going to happen in California, California, California. But he was getting this personal dream, okay? And in the dream, he could continuously sing the number 22222, okay? So he doesn't understand it. Even respected prophets like Bob Jones, they're telling him, man, don't go to California. That is a cursed city and all of that, okay? So indeed, you saw what happened to California and all of that. But that man, he had a vision to go to California, okay? So a time comes, and one day as he's touring California, he sees on the tombstone of California, not a tombstone really, but like a monument, that 22 people made this, whatever. 22 this, did this. 22 this, did this. Then he understood his dream of 222 what? 2. God gave him a building in there, okay? I used to hear his stories, because at some point I even enrolled to his class to just learn something about the prophetic, And he was basically teaching about something to do with prophetic integrity, okay? Which as Africans we lack, but we are growing, okay? So I needed it. I needed to learn that there were certain things I was undoing, But I could hear testimonies of this guy evangelizing to Hollywood people, even people in the pornography industry and all that. And I said, Bambi, this man had authority in this line. You understand? So certain things can be what? Very personal. Okay? You see, John 6:37, he says, all that the Father gives me, okay, speaking of the individuals, will come to me, and the one who comes to me, I will by no means cast out. Okay? Stop disqualifying yourself. Okay? That this thing is for Apostle Gabriel. Okay? This one is for certain prophets. This one is, you understand? Everything I do, okay? So long as you're discipled right, okay, you can do. The only problem we have today, like I said, is we have, they call it microwave Christianity. Most people, whenever they come before a man of God, they just want an impartation so that they go and they shine. Man of God, just lay a hand on me. Just speak a word. I need that prophetic. I need it, Lord. I need it. Man of God, There is no humility in that. And over time, I've learned to appreciate people who are consistent and they just love God. Over time, I've learned, and God has blessed me and is blessing me even through these individuals. You understand? I want you to know that God can do for you what he's doing for any man. Okay? I'm just telling you. The scripture has given us enough proof. Jeremiah says, if you shall seek me with all your heart, I shall be what? Found. Okay? Mark 11:24. Mark 11:24. Therefore, I said to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you'll have them. The only problem is you still feel that what you prayed for needs more prayers. That's why you have very few what? But if all that you are praying for, you could say, Father, I thank you that healing is in your word, and I thank you that I'm healed. And you start to walk as a healed person. Even when you feel pain, I'm telling you, you'll forget about the pain. Over sometime you'll ask, where did that disease go? This is how we get these things. Okay? When I ask God for a particular amount of money, okay, I don't continue crying about it. I don't call another person, please, I need someone to stand with me in faith. Stand with me in faith on this. You understand? I know certain things that don't work. That is why I've seen sometimes it works, but many times it fails. When people are going through a crisis and they post it on Facebook. My auntie is in the hospital. Please help me. I don't know. Please help. Most of those people die. Because there is such a thing as cast your cares upon the Lord. Now, I've noticed even in hospitals, I've told you this story, and I'll continue telling it to you. My mother was diagnosed with a disease that had affected her brain. Okay? But when we took her in the hospital, in the room where she was, 9 people that were diagnosed with the same disease died. Only her came out. I'll be sharing how we fought. Okay? But I'm telling you, even her best friend, who is her sister, I never told her immediately. The first person I put on her to take care of her was Christopher Tuliomunsi, my spiritual son, who could understand my spiritual instructions. Because I knew I was going to lose her. You understand what I'm saying? Eh? So there is a way you fight. So most people who are surrounded by people who care a lot, most of the time, those people, the way they die, it's on record numbers. You understand? Eh? I'm just telling you these things. I'm not saying you don't care, but you have to care with revelation. Okay? So,